Today we're checking out the Harley Benton DNAfx Pro with some third-party IR. The Harley Benton DNAfx Pro is a budget modeling unit with a PC editor that is constantly crashing, at least in my case. And that's very annoying. Today I wanted to show you something, but I had to restart the shit, I think 4 or 5 times until it's working. I think it has a problem with the USB hub, but honestly, many people are using USB hubs like me because it's not the only unit I'm connecting to my PC. So really, Toman, if you're hearing this, you should do something about this editor. It's a pain in the ass, really. Sorry. Anyway. What I wanted to show you today is something that I discovered, and that is not surprising, but as you may know, the IR, so the speaker emulation, in fact, is the most important thing, or one, at least in my opinion, for a good high gain tone. And although the IRs that come with these units, they improved in the last years. They've been far worse maybe 10 years ago, but honestly it's still the weak point of these units. And luckily enough I found 1 or 2 IR in these cheaper units which I can use. But with the FxGit Pro I tried out to create some patches with the SoundLab Halloween pack IRs. And there's one which is called, I think, Trick, which is my favorite. And I created some sounds with that. So I cannot show you them in the editor because it crashed. But there's one sound here, which is the Marshall preamp, the Brit Pre, I think. And that sounds really nice, full and rich to me. By the way, I'm playing my Harley Benton Fusion 3 guitar, HSH configuration today. Everything stock. And let me reduce the gain a little bit. And in fact, I'm using a distortion pedal here, the Tube Screamer 808, but I'm reducing the gain now in the amp block. So about 40%, now I'm setting it to 24%. And maybe let's turn off the distortion. So this is pure amp. So you see you can get nice light crunch tones with this amp model. And also, of course, I think you can get these kind of AC/DC-ish. These Marshall crunch tones. And overall, I think the Marshall amps are really good in this unit. That's the Brit preamp DS model, and as far as I know, it's one of the not so popular Marshall preamps, not the JMP1, which many people may know. It's another one, I think. But it sounds good to me. Okay, so let's go back to another preset. I made one with another Marshall here, which is the Plexi. It's also the same IR. And let's check out the cap section. Yeah, the tube emulation is turned off here. And all these patches I'm showing you now. If I turn it on, maybe set it to EL34s. It's maybe a little bit too scooped, and I think the reason for that is that I used the EQ. So let's turn off the EQ here. So this is without the EQ, it's just the tube emulation turned on. It's okay, but I think it doesn't work that well with that cap. Maybe let's check out the EL34s. And 606. The 606 sound also okay to me with that amp, but I prefer the setting without the tube emulation in my EQ, which I dialed in. This one. So let's turn off the distortion again. So this is a pure Plexi amp. Nice and dynamic. It's also very dynamic, this amp. And there are all the other famous Marshalls, also the newer ones, the JVM 4x10, and they all sound nice, but I would like to show you some other style amps. Here's the Recto. same IR, and let me check the tube emulation. It's turned off, yes. By the way, the IR here, I can see right now, it's called MLHLWN-trick. So yeah, it's from the SoundLab's Halloween pack. And the rector here, I think they also nailed the characteristics of the amp. It's a little bit too scooped for me, the rector, so I dialed in lots of mids, I think. And what is also very nice is that the EQ controls, bass, middle, treble of the amp block, they're very powerful. Let's dial back the gain. If I'm dialing back the gain in the amp block, it's not doing that much. So let me turn off the distortion, the tube screamer. There you have it. Nice crunch tone. Let me check if we can find out some modulation, chorus. Maybe let's check out that. Classic chorus, it's also nice, this effect. There's no EQ currently turned on. Maybe we can check out that. So this is the EQ which I use for scooping mids usually, which I wouldn't do with the recto, at least not with the high gain tone, but here. Sounds almost like a Marshall in this setting. Anyway, we got a couple of other patches here. So here's one with the diesel VH4. If I turn off the EQ, you can hear it has lots of lower mids. So with this amp it was a little bit difficult to dial in a decent tone, I have to admit. It needs the EQ in my opinion, at least with this IR. And what else? Let's turn off the distortion. In this case I'm using the full tone drive. If you turn it off, the amp sounds like this. Okay, and finally, I think I have another one, which is the Friedman. Friedman is also sounding like a Friedman, so they nailed the character, I think. With this amp, the problem is you have to boost a little bit other frequencies than with the usual Marshalls. A little bit lower frequencies. It seems to have a little bit less lower mids in the distortion stage. So what I did here is I used also the Tube Screamer, but dialed back the gain way more than the other amps, and also dialed back the treble and the mids. By the way, that was also the case in the VH4. Dial back a little bit more of the highs here in the distortion block. So yeah, there you have it. I think this IR is working great with these amp models, and yeah, I can show you one sound with a stock IR as a comparison. And where do we have it? So this is the plexi sound I showed you before with the IR. And with the stock IR, here we have this. And I'm hearing two things. One thing is it has a little bit, well, pumping bass frequencies, and also it's a little bit muddy in the highs, around the 3K. But if I dial back the gain, still stays a little bit, well, not that balanced. And I couldn't get a better tone with this amp and the EQing and shit, so this is the third-party AR. To me it sounds much better. So anyway, if you like these sounds, I've started to sell my patches, so if you want one of them or a couple of them, you can buy them. Please send me a notification. And yeah, subscribe to my channel. Hope to see you soon. Goodbye.